Okay, an update on the Varden shoulder lock, or VSL for short. First time taking it out on the course in a competition at Lanark yesterday. Hitting the ball and swinging, probably the most consistent I've done for a while. I missed one fairway in regulation, and it ran out into the semi. Hitting the driver solid, 40 mile an hour winds, 45 mile an hour when we got to the turn. The greens had been hollow cored, so the course was playing difficult. Setup was hard, wind and crosswinds. Hitting my irons as well as my woods. Maybe not as consistent for the par threes, because I only hit one green in regulation. There's 4 par threes on that golf course. Most of my shots, I was struggling because of the crosswinds, and I was hitting like wee knockdown draws. But the crosswinds were so severe that the ball was moving more, so I was missing things on like the left edge, 10 yards, Also, I was hitting my irons consistently longer. There was a few greens where I was on the back edge, so it was maybe a club out with yardage. But the VSL setup and the way it's making the ball move, swing, and stay straighter, greater length, getting a draw with the driver and the 3-wood consistently. Not a huge draw, just like a nice turn, which against wind, I found I could hold the line. I could also give myself, I was virtually middle of every fairway, so I had no complaints from my second shots in. Sometimes I played a wee bit too conservative. I found myself 163 yards to the green, where I was having to chase in a 6-iron. I know that sounds ridiculous, but the wind was that strong. Whereas guys that were maybe 10, 15 yards, 20 yards more aggressive, they were shorter on their shots. So I think going forward it's going to definitely help and work. Seems to make a big difference. Greens being hollow cored was the major pain, because the amount of 3 putts. I had 2 6s on the back nine. Other than that, my 79 would have been easy 6 shots better. Possibly minimum, you'd take the 6s out of the equation, you could have been 5 or 6 shots better. But in the conditions, a 79 made the team. 71 was the best score on the day, and that was from a +2 golfer. So you know how that works. Technically, he's 73. That shows you how tough the conditions were. It was unfortunate the greens were hollow cored, but Lanark's still a fantastic course. And I've played on worse greens. I've played on greens that were more bumpy. I've played on a lot worse hollow cored greens. Tilly Allen springs to mind. I mean, when they hollow core them, you're talking like you can lose a 50p piece if you mark the ball. That's how big they tine it. So I've seen greens worse than that. They used micro tines and it was pretty smooth. Just the odd one, where if you just hit it, it just goes straight left on you. Nothing you can do. You've just got to go like that. Well, it's just going straight left. I said that to the guys I was playing with. Look, see when that happens, that's like, you can't do anything about it. You've not hit a bad putt. It's just straight left. What can you do? So I've done everything I wanted to achieve. In the conditions, I reckon like a net 72 must be a cut in the handicap, because Lanark's standard scratch would be definitely high that day, and the scoring reflected that. So VSL, Varden shoulder lock, hidden for a long time in golf, but if you do enough research, reading about Harry Varden, and there's a lot of film work about Harry Varden as well, you can find what I've found, and through 3 or 4 different pros. Marcus teaches the same sort of thing, and like I said, Jim Venitos as well. It's all about the angles and the 45 and where you think of railway lines. You need the railway lines, but cancel that thought out for the position of your back and angles and things like that. Thanks for watching. A sub would be tremendous, a share, and everything's for charity here. Ad revenue, Macmillan, Help the Heroes, and Shelter UK. And just lately, I don't know how we done it, because we don't really meet the criteria, but apparently Google reached out, got in touch, and said, because everything's for charity, you've been monetised. So that's off Google, that's all I'm saying. Because hopefully the channel will grow and get bigger, and we'll get more support, therefore the charities will benefit more. That's all what it's about. And also, if this kind of thing lets you find golf and enjoy it more, like, I think anybody can use this method, and it's pretty much 5-10 minutes, and you'll it's like riding a bike. Honestly, once you've got it, this thing ain't ever going to lose you. It's not like these wonder fixes that people say about golf, and then like the next round it's gone. That's 3 or 4 rounds and a real pressure round there, and it held, and all the way around. Ball striking was amazing. I hit some shots out of tight pan bunkers that were like awesome, like and under pressure, under the gun, trying to qualify for a team thing that you really want to be in. So yeah,